Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, August 3, 12:09 America, New York. Rapid virus spread through Indonesia taxes health workers. As coronavirus cases skyrocket and deaths climb in Indonesia, healthcare workers are being depleted as the virus spares nobody. Washington Post World, August 3, 12:03 America, New York. Election body targets Bolsonaro after he fails to show fraud. After years of attacking Brazil's voting system as susceptible to fraud, President Jair Bolsonaro has ignored a deadline from the nation's electoral court to present proof of his claims. Washington Post World, August 3, 12:00 America, New York. Fears over impunity grow as Haiti probes president slaying. Haitian police have detained more than 40 suspects in the killing of President Jovenel Moïse, but many people fear the country's crumbling judicial system could result in the assassination going unpunished. Washington Post World, August 3, 12:00 America, New York. A year after Beirut's blast, Macron's Lebanon gambit is a dud. The French president wanted to help usher in Lebanon's rebirth after the devastating blast in Beirut. A year later, the country is in worse shape and Macron has little to show for his efforts.
ABC News International, August 3, 06:42 America, New York. Turkey's Erdogan faces mounting criticism over wildfires. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's government is facing increased criticism over its apparent poor response and inadequate preparedness for large-scale wildfires that have left 8 people dead and forced thousands to flee southern coastal resorts.
Mirror World News, August 3, 06:37 America, New York. Terrifying moment: family attempt to leap from car as it falls from cliff edge. The family were enjoying a picturesque view by the roadside in China when the car started moving forward and one passenger was unable to get out.
New York Times World News, August 3, 06:37 America, New York. Missing Belarusian activist is found dead in park in Ukraine. The police began an investigation after Vitaly Shishov went missing in Kiev and was found dead in a park near his home. Mr. Shishov was the director of the Belarusian house in Ukraine.
The Independent, August 3, 06:33 America, New York. Turkey's Erdogan faces mounting criticism over wildfires. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's government is facing increased criticism over its apparent poor response and inadequate preparedness for large-scale wildfires that have left 8 people dead and forced thousands to flee their homes in southern coastal resorts.
RT World News, August 3, 06:31 America, New York. Pyongyang wants economic sanctions eased as precondition for revived dialogue with U.S., South Korean lawmakers say. North Korea wants international trade sanctions to be lifted before it resumes talks on denuclearization with the U.S., South Korean legislators have said after being briefed by the country's main spy agency. New York Times World News, August 3, 06:25 America, New York. California's pandemic recall. Californians will soon vote on whether to recall their Democratic governor. Could he lose? Governor Gavin Newsom last week after touring homes destroyed by the Tamarack fire?
The Independent, August 3, 06:24 America, New York. Trump to fight tooth and nail to stop tax returns being released. DOJ had directed the Treasury to release Trump's tax record to Congress. The Independent, August 3, 06:13 America, New York. Vitaly Shishov, head of Belarus exiles group, found dead in Ukraine. Police are treating the murder as suspicious.
Mirror World News, August 3, 06:09 America, New York. Teenage girl dies after passing out while having sex in car with older man. Gabrielle Dixon Alves Nascimento, 15, was reportedly having sex with an unnamed 26-year-old when her lips and skin turned pale and she passed out. She is suspected to have suffered a cardiac arrest.
World CBS News, com. August 3, 06:06 America, New York. Murder probe launched after Belarus activist found dead in Ukraine. This was a planned operation by security operatives to liquidate a Belarusian, dangerous for the regime, activist group says.
Washington Post World, August 3, 06:00 America, New York. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed seeks to cut influential clerics down to size. Some Saudis cheer the liberalizing changes. Some see them as part of larger power grab by the prince. Washington Post World, August 3, 05. 59 America, New York. Prominent Belarusian activist, who helped others flee Lukashenko regime, found dead in Ukraine. Vitaly Shishov's death has rattled Belarusian exiles who fear that even countries considered havens are no longer safe from strongman Alexander Lukashenko.
Mirror World News, August 3, 05. 41 America, New York. Orangutan models sunglasses after woman drops them in zoo enclosure. Elita Tetsu dropped the glasses she had on her head when she was visiting the Taman Safari in Bogor, Indonesia, but the orangutan seemed pleased to model the shades.
ABC News International. August 3, 05. 41 America, New York. Acropolis in Greece closes in the afternoon due to heatwave. Authorities in Greece have closed the Acropolis and other ancient sites during afternoon hours as a heatwave scorching the eastern Mediterranean worsened.
Washington Post World, August 3, 05. 41 America, New York. Acropolis in Greece closes in the afternoon due to heat wave. Authorities in Greece have closed the Acropolis and other ancient sites during afternoon hours as a heat wave scorching the eastern Mediterranean worsened. RT World News, August 3, 05. 37 America, New York. Iran's new president vows to lift tyrannical U.S. sanctions during inauguration speech. Ibrahim Raisi, Iran's new president, has used his inauguration speech to vow to work towards lifting tyrannical sanctions imposed on Tehran by the U.S., and to improve living standards for Iranians.
The Independent, August 3, 05. 25 America, New York. Colonel describes hearing damning phone call that led to Trump's first impeachment. I could hardly believe it. President Trump became friendly towards his Ukrainian counterpart after getting assurances about cooperation over Hunter Biden.
Fox World News, August 3, 05. 06 America, New York. China orders mass testing in Wuhan as COVID outbreak spreads. Chinese authorities announced Tuesday mass coronavirus testing in Wuhan as an unusually wide series of COVID-19 outbreaks reached the city where the disease was first detected in late 2019.